is on. I'm pretty happy with those lines down there. Those lines down there, it's kind of hard to tell. That's a little bit better. Gap seems to be a tiny, maybe not. Yeah, consistent gap. Seems to be a little big. I tried forcing the hinge back that way to close down the gap. Didn't get much movement, if any. So we'll live with that. Driver's door on. The alignment back here is, I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. Anyway, that gap is slightly larger than the other side, by like a 32nd. Again, did the same thing here, loosened these, jammed the pry bar in there and tried to force it back. Not much luck. I think I'll try again. Anyway, the nice thing here, I'm working with the new bolts that I got from Ames. Got a whole collection of body attachment bolts. What weren't there, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I did not see anything in here for the attachment of the radiator bracket, radiator housing, radiator frame. Anyway, I've got it somewhere. We'll dig it out, but that's the next thing that's got to go on because I need those in order to hang the fenders. Radiator core support. I found that hardware. 2 rubber bushings, some washers. The weird thing is there's a third washer in the stack. Maybe it goes upside down, but no, both the rubber bushings have imprint as if they went into this in a larger hole underneath from the bottom. So I don't know where this flat washer goes. I'm going to submit a question to the forum on Facebook and we'll see what they come back with. Driver's fender on. So again with the new bolts, very nice. These 2 here on the radiator core support. I'm not sure if this big washer one is supposed to go there or not. There's in the baggie, there's multiple ones. This one here does seem like it would go there. Definitely got to be that one there. And I'm thinking another large washer on the bottom there. The count works out. There is some more holes here to hold the front of the fender. I haven't put that part of the car on, and just looking around seeing what else there's. Let's see, where's my finger? There we go. Those 2 there, not sure what is going to hold those. And then there we go, down there, there's some there too. Now those should go to the wheel well liners. I think the wheel well liners screws are all in here in this box. So all right, we'll move on to the passenger side. I'm sure some tweaking will be necessary. I guess I got lucky on the driver's side. This side has been fighting me. I put a single thicker shim up at the top, try to get this to come out, and it's close. I could probably go another one, but then I'm dealing with this gap is sticking out. So I put some shims underneath that to try to pull it down, and all that does is end up shoving this further out, the bottom corner further out. So I don't I mean, I could put a shim underneath here. I guess I'll try that. I'll try putting a shim underneath here. With the fenders on, I'm able to install the hood hinges. Now, because I was too lazy and the little bag with the screws that holds the hood hinges to the fenders was just attached to them, I went ahead and used the old. But when I do a final, I'll go ahead and snag the ones out of the box that are brand new. And looking at these things, I may want to refinish them. But gosh, I tell you, it's just a slippery slope. If I do that, then it's like, oh, well, that brake booster needs paint, and then the firewall needs paint, and then, you know, I need to do, it's just get it on the road, close the hood, who's going to see it? Anyway, yeah, the best I can do with this. And the gap on this side is actually smaller than the gap on the other side, where the gaps here and opposite are pretty much the same. Yeah, we'll just keep putting things on. So after the hood goes on, I'll put the shoot, I can never remember what this part is called. The British call it a scuttle. I know it's got another name in the American car world. And then I have the, yeah, I really would like to just throw those on, the grill frames. And we've got the upper grill surround. Now if I look at, I buried my paper. The description from, here it is, so $72.99 says grills surround frame T. I'm assuming that's top. And then underneath, or on top of it, says fenders tie bar stone shield. Now both those have the nuts on them, nut inserts, plate nuts, speed nuts. The one has 4, the other has 6. I'm pretty sure these are where the 6 go. These 2 and those 2 hold this grill surround to the underside of the support, and then these 2 will tie into the bottom hole there, and then these here, I believe, and on the opposite side get the speed nuts, and that will tie it into the inside of the fender. So let's go with that. Worst comes to worst, we'll just have to take it apart and do it differently. Wonderful. Beginning to look like a real car. Of course, no engine in, kind of pinching myself, but I mean, there is an engine back there, so we're worried about body work now. We need to stay focused on block sanding, but in order to do that, we will need the hood and trunk lid installed, and probably the rear panel, which is, oh yeah, it's back up in the rafters. So I'll need help to safely get the hood in place. I really didn't need the hinges to get the hood in place. It's just, well, it'll allow me to make sure the hinges are going to work as well. Because I think that hood kind of sat proud on the trailing edge. Don't know what that's all about. But I won't say guess, my understanding of the terminology was correct. This top grill frame did get 6, 2 underneath those screws, and then 1 underneath each of those 2 screws, and then there were 2 more that went in at the bottom. And then this panel here, got 2 there and 2 there, and then 2 screws came up from the bottom to attach the upper grill frame to the lower grill frame. They had a different name for it. One of the things I played with here, if you look on this side, you'll see that this grill frame nests into kind of a pocket in the front fender. There's something there. You can kind of see it, but it didn't fit as well. I may loosen these, push this down, pull the frame or the fender in, and hopefully that will allow this to engage in that pocket better. Taillight housing on. Just place this to kind of fill it in. The other one is on as well. So again, the other thing I did just put on too were the 8-pillar covers here. You can kind of see how things are lining up. I still need to screw down this this piece, because I could look here. Oh, there, that's the word I was looking for. Cowl. It's the cowl, the hood cowl. I've got screws that go through here. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Car all of a sudden seems a lot bigger. A lot bigger. Thanks to a Pontiac Facebook group, discovered that my mounting of the radiator support is wrong, which means in order to swap the rubber bushings around, I need to loosen all of the bolts that are holding the fenders in place. That will allow, this is going to raise up a hair, and who knows what it will do for this gap there. We'll see. We'll start with the good news. We've got the engine lid pretty close. Now there is a panel that mounts across here, but as far as this lining up, that gap versus that gap seems to be a little bit more, so we can adjust it to the left a little bit to the driver's side. Then on to the not so good news. We put the hood on, Jeff and I, and it's definitely sitting high back here. First thing I'm going to try is to take and move the whole hood forward slightly, and then see if this bottom will drop down. I don't want to force it now because the cowl plate is, it's right up against the cowl plate. So that's what I'll try to do. What I gotta do. So Henry is cleaning off with Scotch-Brite all of the loose stuff. He's now wiping it down. I'm about to remove these 2 pieces so we can get these 2 sheet metal AC housing pieces painted with the good old direct to metal stuff. So see how those go in, and we'll continue on. So that turned out quite nice. Thank you, Henry. So we put the hood on after hanging the fenders again. The fenders feel like are in good shape. This one actually seems like it's sitting a little high. There's no shim under here, so just have to pull it down, maybe take a shim or add a shim at the bottom and pull the door down. It looks not too bad there, not too great there, but this is a good gap. I don't know, we'll fuss around with it. Anyway, we put the hood on and it still rides high in the back. I've lubricated everything. We made adjustments throughout here. We did have to put shims behind that one to get the hood to shove over. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this alignment here. It's pretty much the same on the other side. So what I'm going to do is remove the hinges. I'm going to open up the slotted holes so that the whole hinge can drop down. We'll call that about 3/4 of an inch. And when I got the car, somebody had come over here and forced it up. I don't know what they were thinking. Again, the story in brief is second owner on this car. I got it when the car was like 18, 19 years old. So somebody was messing with it when it was doing the guy's driveway. We'll drop these hinges, and hopefully that will be enough to get everything to sit, or enough at least to give me the adjustability. Jeff and I, we believe, have, for the most part, won the battle of the fitting hood. We've got everything coming together nicely all the way along there. Yeah, I've shimmed this. I need to increase this gap. Shim it more, shove some things over there, but I'll do that after paint. Yeah, that seems to line up pretty well. The one thing we can't figure out how to fix is the alignment there. Just not happy with that. I can't figure out how. Also, it looks up here like the door is proud of the fender. It touches there. I could probably, and maybe that's what I'll just try just to see, is if I can bring this out slightly with a shim behind there. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I guess that's as good as I'm gonna get. We'll see.